Attention please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes,
It's a beautiful Sunday. It's Father's Day. And we're going to have to check the veracity of that. But a lot of dads coming in with their kids. What a great way to celebrate Father's Day. Yeah, have a good time. Make a memory. Absolutely. It is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents the Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week. And today it's the New York Yankees against the Cincinnati Reds in the rubber game of a 3-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. First off, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. And you're going to see a good baseball game today. And you're going to see a baseball game where the Yankees have Austin Wells back in the lineup.
Well, Austin Wells, he was on the IL with some severe headaches, and you just hope he was in the minor leagues, only played 3 games, but hit a couple of home runs in those games. So you hope he brings that stroke back. I mean, he could add to this offense if he gets his offensive numbers up. The catcher's position for the Yankees have been an issue, but it's good to see him back in the lineup.
Well, the Yankees hope that 3 games down there was a reset. 166 and 47 games up here, 4 home runs, 7 ribbies, an OPS of 533, and he missed the last 12 games with cervical headaches. We have a pretty good pitching matchup today, but it's different than the one that you expected. So let's check it out. It is the Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. Elmer Rodriguez starts for the Yankees, not Garrett Cole. Cole will pitch tomorrow against Detroit. They want to give all the starters an extra day of rest. And for the Reds, it's Chase Burns. He is nasty.
Yeah, he is a big name prospect. Actually debuted against the Yankees in Cincinnati when we were there, but he has become something as a starter for the Cincinnati Reds. Hard thrower and a good slider, really a 2-pitch pitcher, but who needs more when you're this good?
All right, 8 wins tied for 3rd in the National League. 2 runs or fewer allowed in 11 straight starts. One more like that ties the Reds record in the modern era. And his fastball, the 4-seamer, averages about 98 miles an hour. So that's pretty good. It's Father's Day. Yankees have some players on their team that their dads actually played in the big leagues. How about an advantage? How about an education? They'll talk about that when we get back right here on Yes.
Welcome back to Yankees Baseball on Yes. Emmanuel Barbari with you. Moments away from first pitch here at the stadium. Yankees and Reds in the rubber game. Happy Father's Day to you and yours, and for Yankee fans across the world, could be Father's Day right here at Yankee Stadium. It could be a Father's Day at home, but the Yankees themselves understanding the significance of that father-son relationship, what it means, baseball and beyond, and they had a chance to reflect on that even more.
Happy Father's Day to my dad out there. Thanks for all you do for me, and just a lot of respect to all the dads and parents out there for all it takes to raise kids, and just the role models that we try to be.
Dad, happy Father's Day. Love you, brother. Thanks for everything.
Dad, we put in a lot of hours together. You've seen me at my lowest points, you've seen me at my highest points. We played a lot of golf together, a lot of baseball, a lot of cards. So it's cool to just continue to get to follow in your footsteps, and I appreciate you for, taking me at a young age and making me love the game, and I love you, and happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to my dad and all the great dads out there. We have Yankee baseball in just a few moments. We'll get you back inside Yankee Stadium. Elmer Rodriguez on the mound. It's lineups, it's first pitch, it's baseball right here on Yes.
The Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by FanDuel. All customers get to choose their reward today on FanDuel. Use your reward on any home run bet and play your game. By Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. Yankees won Friday. The Reds won yesterday. That turns today into the rubber game. The Yankees have taken the field. Elmer Rodriguez has finished his warm-ups. This is the lineup he'll face. Dunn, Bleday, and Stewart. Stewart with a 6 RBI day yesterday. Lowe, Steer, and Suarez. And the bottom third, Marte, Stevenson, and Arroyo. Elmer Rodriguez's 4th big league start. Let's take a look at the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, as post-game news, we knew nothing about this. After the game yesterday, big surprise with Rodriguez starting today to give everybody a day's rest and command. It's all about his fastball. He can't command his fastball. He's got to stay in the zone with that to make his slider effective. And one and done, just another opportunity for him to pitch in the major leagues. But after this start, I just can't see them going to a 6-man rotation. Probably back down to the minor leagues.
0-2 as we're underway here in the stadium. Reds are 36-39. The Yankees are 46-29. Garrett Cole has said, I'm fine. He said, I was ready to go, and I feel great. He said, but you have to think long term, and that's what the organization's doing. So they gave everybody in the rotation an extra day. Foul back.
When you go through these stints where you're not getting days off, it's become wise to bring somebody up, give them a start, give the guys, especially this time of the year, an extra day off.
Grounded foul. Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire. Brian O'Nora at first. Chris Siegel at second. The crew chief, Laz Diaz, is over at third. They're in the middle of a 16 straight day run, and that would have meant that everybody in the rotation would pitch 3 days on normal, 3 times on normal rest. They didn't want to do that. Broken bat, Looper into center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. So Dunn trades a bat for a single. Check out the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. I'm going to concentrate on Ben Rice and the Car Shield defensive player profile. It's not great. -8 defensive runs saved this season. Second worst among Major League first basemen. Jonathan Aranda is -9. But we were talking about this off the air, Paul. He hits, they'll find a place for him.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, he is the main cog in the offense so far. So you've got to find a play. It's been so good that Goldschmidt's been able to play first base.
Foul back. And also remember, Ben Rice is learning a new position. He came up as a catcher. He was in the minor leagues as a catcher and only now trying to master first base. Seems like he's mastered the offensive part. Runner goes. Big jump line. It's going to be a double play. And it is.
Well, it's the breaks of the game there, Michael. We talked about Dunn and his speed. He showed it yesterday by beating on a double play, a bunt hit, and he was off to the races. Catcher's interference. Oh, no. You talk about a double play, turning it in now first and second. What a change of events here. Yeah, knocked the glove off of Austin Wells.
That is as you said, a big blow for the Yankees. Now putting Rodriguez in a tough spot.
He was really up there. Lucky that didn't hit his hand. I mean, you hit the hand with the bat. He's back on the IL.
So here's Sal Stewart. A 6 RBI game yesterday. There's one on to first. Not in time. So McMahon decided to go to third to first. He didn't think he could go 5-4-3 for 2.
Yeah, he's moving to his right, which is kind of taking away the double play, the conventional double play. But get that lead runner, get rid of it, but just not enough time. That's too long of a throw to try to turn 2.
So first and second with 1 out, and there's Nathaniel Lowe.
The Father's Day bat, the baby blue bat there. That's one thing I could never do, Michael, is just for a day pick up a bat that wasn't mine, and it just looked too weird to my hands.
But what if they made your bat and they painted it blue? Would you do it?
It just, the label, the Louisville Slugger on it, the
really?
burnt marks, yeah, it had to look the same. We went over this yesterday, Mike. I'm not much into change, you know?
Yeah, you're a bit peculiar. Squib foul. We do want to take the opportunity. Paul and I both wish that we had an opportunity to tell our dads today how much we love them and thank them for what they did. But if you have the opportunity today, everything that your dad does for you, take the time out of your day to say thanks, Dad, and happy Father's Day.
Not an easy job, but a great job, isn't it, being a father?
I'm still learning.
Yeah, I think we all are. I mean, that's one thing in life. Analytics is there's no book that tells you how to do it right.
The 0-2. Skied the other way and out of play. Take a look at the umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Nick Lenz considered hitter-friendly, almost pinned. 61 calls challenged, 27 overturned, fewer high strikes, and fewer outside strikes are called. Good opportunity for Rodriguez. In his previous starts, he had trouble with command. Now, if he can command the ball, as Paul said, he sets up all of his other pitches. And so far, he's thrown strikes. He's 0-2 on Lowe.
I think they've changed. Lowe yesterday got a lot of breaking balls, and Rodriguez has stayed with that fastball. Remember Lowe? You remember him from the Texas Rangers, went to the Red Sox last year, but you know, he's a silver slugger guy back in 2022. 29 home runs and hit 302, so solid hitter.
Let's see if they turn 2 on this. There's 1. Not in time. Moving to third is Blade.
Yeah, this off the bat looked like a sure double play. Let's take a look if there was any bobble, anything. It's I don't remember Lowe being that good as a runner, but not even close.
So here is Spencer Steer. Really odd rally, broken bat single, catcher's interference, and 2 fielders' choices. So first and third, 2 outs, just underway here at the stadium. One and 0. Two and 0. Just missed, count 3-0 on Steer. Steer 1 for 9 so far in the series. There's strike 1. Steers 1 hit, 3-run home run.
Yeah, he's been struggling as of late, but boy, yesterday a huge home run. He had a good sinker from Rodriguez in '97.
Take a look at Wells wearing a different sort of helmet, the hockey helmet, after the cervical headaches. He said he was going to try this. Fouled off.
Yeah, when you hear of that injury in a catcher, you've got to believe that some of these, and I mean, notorious all year getting beat up back there with foul balls off the face mask and everything else. You got to figure that has something to do with what went on, huh?
You would think. Constant pounding, the foul balls. Runner goes from first, 3-2. Swing and a miss, dialed it up to 96. Steer down on strikes. No runs to hit, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. The Reds do not score. The New York Yankees coming to bat, and in what order? Well, let's listen.
Here is the Sunday lineup, presented by Hexclad.
We are the AU Twin Borough softball team from Kenilworth and Roosevelt Park, New Jersey. Here's today's New York Yankees starting lineup. playing first base, number 22, Ben Rice. Batting second, the right fielder, number 24, Jason Dominguez. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 35, Cody Bellinger. Batting fourth, playing center field, number 78, Spencer Jones. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 13, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 72, Jose Caballero. Batting seventh, number 19, playing third base, Ryan McMahon. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 28, Austin Wells. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 11, Anthony Volpe. Today's starting pitcher, number 71, Albert Rodriguez. Happy Father's Day! Let's go Yankees!
Great job by those young ladies giving the starting lineup. And we thank them for that. Thank you for the Father's Day wishes. Father's Day with Dad, funded by Mom.
Nice.
And they'll be facing Chase Burns, 15th start, 8-1, 2.01 ERA. And let's check out the pitcher scouting report, which is brought to you by Nissan.
Well, one of the best. He was a big time prospect for the Reds. Broke in, and he's really breaking out as one of the better pitchers in baseball. Two-pitch pitcher, really just a fastball to slider. Overpowering, though. I mean, who needs more? 2.01 ERA and an 8-1 record. So, number 3, though, third in the National League in strikeouts percentage, wins at 8, and a 2.01 ERA. He's really just having an all-star year.
Made his major league debut against the Yankees at Great American Ballpark last June 24th. And the first 3 innings, it was breathtaking. Struck out 7 in the first 3 innings. Gave up 1 hit, a single to Jazz Chisholm. Yankees got to him in the 4th. Rice hit a home run. Volpe a 2-run triple. And in all, he went 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. Now, Aaron Boone remembers that start, Paul, and he said, and you might remember this too, when he started, it was a day game.
Yeah.
And the shadows were unbelievable. He throws so hard that the Yankees had a hard time seeing him for 3 innings.
You remember it was like a heat thing, too. It was like 100 degrees. You couldn't see. I mean, just not ideal conditions for a hitter. But I don't care. You see or not, that's nasty right there.
Check out the defense behind him. Brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, Gaudet, Dunn, and Marte. That's left to right in the outfield. Suarez, Arroyo, Steer, and Stewart. Third to first. Stevenson behind the plate. And lowers the DH.
Just a late breaking slider. Really right where you want to throw it to a lefty.
Dominguez fouls it back.
If you look at his percentages, he uses his slider a lot early in the count, which, overpowering fastballs. You saw the other one, 98. A lot of times you can't just sit dead red on him because he uses the slider so much early in the count.
And his veteran manager, Terry Francona, said, I think there are even better days ahead. That's how good he can be. From Tennessee, he grew up a Yankee fan, and his favorite player was Derek Jeter. Slider's been effective for him with the strikeout, as you saw that stat. Little Aaron Judge upstairs, 99.
When he's out of the lineup, you can still use him, right?
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
your game telecast.
Let's take a look at Burns' complete arsenal, StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, you're going to see a couple extra pitches. That slider and four-seamer, basically, that's what you're going to see. Every once in a while, you'll see a changeup, but over 90% four-seamers and sliders.
That's a nice at-bat for Dominguez. He lines a single to right field. He is 5 for his last 8.
You just hope that he comes into his own and shows what he has done in the minor leagues. And you're right, it's good at bat. That ball's a good slider down and away. Stays with it enough. Hit it off the end of the bat and line it to right field.
It was Cody Bellinger, half a day off as the DH. Dominguez goes, pitches high, throw to second, not in time. That's the second stolen base, and you can run on the Reds. They've allowed now 50 stolen bases this year, and their catchers throw out runners at a 17.4% clip.
Yeah, Dominguez, we noted his speed and how quick he gets going. Clearly in there, but again, this is something they used yesterday in this series, especially that you continue to force the issue running the bases.
One. Burns was the second overall pick in the 2024 draft out of Wake Forest. Cleveland had the first pick. They took Travis Lozana, who's helping them right now. One-two. Missed with the fastball inside, just barely 2-2. That was that 2024 draft. Pretty good draft. Look at them. Every single one of them contributing. Three and two on Bellinger. Works a walk.
Got Spencer Jones coming to the plate, and you got to hit early in the count off of Burns. In my mind, you don't want to get to the 2 strikes because he has the ability to strike you out. So big opportunity here for Jones.
Driven into left center. Blade is there to make the play. Play FanDuel's Daily Dingo for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Spencer Jones was plus 520. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. is coming up plus 350. First and second, 2 outs. Chisholm 1 for 7 in the series. The 1 was a home run. Good speed on the bases for the Yankees. In the bottom of the first inning, rubber game of this 3-game set.
Hard to tell whose bat Jazz is featuring today, right? I mean, it's Father's Day edition, obviously, but we've talked about uses Stanton's pants, Judge's bat once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Runners go, and a double steal, no throw whatsoever.
Well, base hit just got that much bigger. I mean, base hit, you're up 2-0 here, so that's 3-0. That just putting so much pressure on the catcher, and in trying to force Burns to really acknowledge the runners can take him out of his game.
1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, said Laz Diaz. Three and two.
Go back to that last pitch, and we've talked about the new check swing rule that they're working on in the minor league. So once they implement that there'll be no checking, or it's just automatically called.
I think they check.
All right.
On the video. 3-2. Popped up. Who's going to get it? Stewart coming on. Calls off the catcher Stevenson and makes the play for the final out. Yankees get a hit. They lead 2. They have 3 stolen bases. We go to the second. The Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. You know, we checked out what they're doing in the minors, Paul. You have to challenge. So the umpires still make the call on the check. You get 1 challenge, and if you get it right, you keep that challenge. Grounded to third. McMahon gathers, fires low, and a backhand scoop by Rice to get Eugenio Suarez.
Well, Suarez really been struggling, but, you know, he's a home run hitter, doesn't run that great, so McMahon knows he's got time, but still, long throw from where he caught this.
Paul, I have to send out birthday wishes to a very close friend of mine. Name is Margaret Levy. Today, celebrating her 103rd birthday.
Oh, no, those are the ones you want to hear. Give you a lot of hope for the future.
Absolutely,
right?
And she watches every single Yankee game. So she's watching right now.
103 and you're 90, you still got a ways to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Happy birthday from everybody here at Yes, Margaret. That's what I love about baseball, though, Paul. Baseball is your companion for about 7 months, every day. That's the beauty of baseball. There seems to be a game every single day, and we get to hang out with people.
It's funny because, you know, when you're playing the game of baseball, it's your life. You're playing every single day. But now that you're out of the game, and especially now that we're, you know, talking in the booth every day, the number of people that schedule their days around the Yankee game, it's just part of your life.
2-2. Lights are on here at the stadium. It's a little cloudy. It's a beautiful day, but they do have the lights on here in the Bronx.
I don't know if they're taking much effect when the sun's out. Huh? What do you think?
I think it's a just-in-case thing. Chopped slowly, charging. Volpe stays with the bad hop and gets Marte for out number 2.
When you talk about Anthony Volpe, sometimes, you know, moving himself into an awkward play, but you have no choice here. It's an in-between hop because you've got to get to it and get rid of it. And he was able to transfer it and make a solid throw across the field.
There's Tyler Stevenson. Been hot of late, 10 of 31. With a .364 on base percentage. That was a strike.
You wonder, with Rodriguez being such a hard throw, and we've noted numerous times against the Reds, who don't hit high velocity, if that had anything to do with Aaron Boone's decision to give him a day up here.
Stevenson grounds out 1-2-3 inning. 3 ground balls for Rodriguez. Time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Today's picture is of young Wesley, who's celebrating Father's Day by attending his first Yankees game with his dad and grandfather. How cool is that? Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention Yes in the pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. And they're actually here. Not only are they in Pinstripe Pride, they are here.
So we got the picture, and we followed them in the game. We found them in the bleachers.
Right. We're going to do a documentary on them. We're going to follow them the whole year. Chase Burns finishing up his warm-ups. So great to see these generations, and you know, we talked about this on Mother's Day as well. Baseball and sports is a thread through the fabric of your life, and You know, there's generation gaps between kids and their parents. They like different music and stuff like that. But a common denominator is sports. A sport like baseball for sure. Here's Caballero to start off the bottom of the second. 1-0. After the game, Reds head home. They'll play Milwaukee in a 3-game set. Yankees head to Detroit for a 3-game series against the Tigers.
It's kind of a weird road trip for the Reds. They flew in there, had a day off, played 3 games, and go right back to Cincinnati. That just it really does not happen that much throughout the course of the year, where you just go onto the road for 3 games and come right back home.
Kind of waved at that one. Tough slider, 2-2. Tap slowly foul. Now, our great director, Dan Barr, one of the best, if not the best, wants to send out Happy Father's Day wishes to his dad, Robert, who watches the games.
He doesn't ask for much. You know what?
No, when he asks, I do it.
There, right?
Yeah. And that one is for Robert. A base hit to right center field. So Caballero starts it off with a single here in the second.
But Caballero, he's very offensively fun to watch because, you know, he fouled off a couple sliders and just pokes one to right center field. And now that, you know, he's on first base, the running game comes into play. So he's been such a good guy to have in this offense as far as being able to score runs with speed, getting big hits.
Caballero, 16 stolen bases, and the Yankees are running wild on the Reds every opportunity. Fouled away by McMahon. Runner goes. Throw to second. They got him. He overslid. He was in there and he overslid. Steer held the tag.
Well, he didn't think he came off the base. We're going to take a look at it, I'm sure. But, you know, he got a good jump. Getting ready to watch the umpire say safe and saw the wrong sign.
I think his toe's still on there.
His initial hand beat the tag. Yeah, if the toe stayed on, hand definitely went off the back of the base.
Yankees not challenging. One and one. There's a strike. 1-2. Yankees have had some long ABs against Burns, so you want to get him out of there. Rice 5 pitches, Dominguez 6, Bellinger 6, Chisholm 6. Caballero just had 7. Tap, first base, Stewart will take it himself, 2 down.
You know, what a difference, though. You look at it, you know, you get a good at-bat, start off the inning with a base hit, and then, you know, you steal second base, and in the course of stealing, it's kind of a bad slide. So you're called out, and then you get a ground out. You know, you could be at third base setting up an easy opportunity for a run.
So here's Wells, first game back. Missed 12 games with cervical headaches.
I think his first at-bats coming back are going to be extremely important just because of where he was offensively when he went on the IL. And you want to kind of shut the book on that. You have a couple of good at-bats. You can just say, hey, you know what? I was struggling. Now I'm going to turn it around. And if you start having some bad at-bats immediately, you're right back where you were before you went on the IL.
Now, I've also noticed that when he was catching, he was wearing sunglasses, which he normally doesn't, and his sunglasses are a different color when he's batting. I wonder if the sight also has something to do to alleviate the headaches.
Trying to see the world through rose glasses.
Yeah.
It helps, right?
When I start doing that, I'll tell you.
You're still the old grumpy guy,
yeah,
dude?
Yeah. You know, Wells is so good defensively that all he has to be league average as a catcher offensively, and he hasn't been doing that so far, but they're not asking him to be a 300 hitter and 45 home runs because he is so good behind the plate and leading the pitching staff. They just need league average out of him. 2-2. Left field. Blade watches it go into the seats. So you see the difference in his first couple of years and this year. It's stark. The OPS 715, now 533, was a big time WAR catcher, and now 0.1. As he waves at the slider, and the Yankees go down in the second without scoring, and we'll go to the third.
Welcome back inside Yankee Stadium. Elmer Rodriguez in his third inning. We've already seen 5 ground balls and a huge strikeout on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball to strand 2. And guys, Garrett Cole, who was pushed back a day, everything in line, the Yankees just playing a long game with this. He was talking about Elmer in the clubhouse and saying how impressed he's been with him since spring training. High praise, likening him to Max Fried in his ability. If you consider the strike zone a wide spectrum, he can dot any of his pitches. He called it pitch profile, any spot in the strike zone. And that means big situations like the first inning, you get a strikeout or a ground ball with a sinker or the split change.
Well, he's looked good so far. Now, Manuel has done a great job filling in for Meredith this weekend, but he's always going to have Friday. The first time he ever appeared on camera, he talked about Jazz Chisholm and where he fouled the ball off.
Yeah, that was a tough first story, right?
You know, it's funny, guys. You think about what it could be like. You have the juices flowing. You're on camera for the first time. I'm sharing this space with you guys, and it happens to be Jazz Chisholm talking about his cup before the game. He'll never wear a cup in his career.
You know what? It's not a fun thing. I'm telling you right now, whether you're in the booth or whether you're down there, believe me, at home plate in front of 50,000 people rolling around, not fun.
Well, Emmanuel, I hope that you have a career as long as Vince Scully, and you always remember that first hit on that Friday night.
I'll always remember it, Michael. I appreciate that. I'll remember Jazz vehemently in the clubhouse saying, freak accident, no cups for me.
There you go. The 1-2. Driven out into left field. Caballero will put it away. You know, he's not the smoothest guy out there, but he makes the plays.
He's extremely athletic. That's why you can put him in all these positions. And, you know, the ball he caught in left center field the other day, I mean, that's a good player for an everyday left fielder, let alone a guy who's moving around positions.
So one away, back to the top of the order, and Blake Dunn, who led off the game with a single to right center. Two 2-0 on Dunn. Dunn, great speed, has 6 stolen bases. Had a good series, 5 for 9. Chopped right side, off the glove of Rice, and it'll be a base hit for Dunn. One of the toughest things for new first baseman is how far right do you go? Or do you let Jazz Chisholm field that?
Yeah, I think that you got to know where Jazz is in his range, because obviously Jazz is going to come up with this ball, but he kind of got into an awkward in-between hop, and it made a tough play. They're going to give him a hit on that.
One and 0 on Blade, reached on a catcher's interference, which is an error on Wells. That was in the first inning.
Well, Dunn was off to the races when he got on base in the first inning, so you got to keep an eye on him. Give Austin Wells a chance.
Yeah, it's interesting because we had one in yesterday's game. Catcher's interference, Paul, is on the rise. Top 11 seasons all time for catcher's interference each of the last 11 seasons, including the shortened 2020 season. And this year, baseball's on pace for 103 catcher's interferences. Almost got him. Very close. Dramatic call by Brian O'Nora. Yankees going to take a look. The swim move.
Yeah, got it in. I mean, that's such a thing taught to go to the outside part of the bag to make that tag more difficult, and it came into play right there.
And that's one of the cases where the left-handed first baseman has an advantage because he just drops the glove down. Right-hander has to take it all the way around the body. 3-0 on Blade.
Yeah, back to the catcher's interference. I mean, when you think about old catchers that were good framers, they let the ball get all the way back to their body, where now they're moving the glove forward a little bit, which you have a tendency to, as a swing in the bat, to catch the glove.
Fly ball. Jones in center. 2 outs.
So you're looking at Spencer Jones, and it just occurred to me, I mean, news on Trent Grisham? Have we heard anything?
He looks great. Obviously, they'll run more tests to see how the hamstring is healing, but he's doing things that they wouldn't expect him to be doing this early in the IL stint. So they're hoping that it's not much longer than the 10 days, probably a little longer. But this is him in the outfield today.
Aaron Boone was talking about how pleased he is ahead of schedule for Trent Grisham, doing things that you wouldn't expect a week after you undergo the MRI and a moderate right hamstring strain. He was out in the outfield yesterday, and to his right side was Jose Caballero, and to his left side was Jason Dominguez working on outfield drills. And there's Trent Grisham hopping around, testing out the right hamstring. And Aaron Boone not giving a timetable yet. All of that is TBD, but very happy with where Trent Grisham is.
And the odd thing, Emmanuel, is when he went on the IL in Toronto, the day he went on the IL, he was running. He was running in front of the Yankee dugout before the game in the outfield as well. But when they did the MRI, it showed a little bit of a strain, a moderate strain.
Yeah, and you look at Trent Grisham, and there hasn't been any of that symptomatic element since he went down. You mentioned it. Right after, he was mobile, he was moving. So that was nothing out of the norm yesterday to see him in the outfield testing it out, because he's felt great since he went down and got the testing.
2-2 on Stewart.
Such big at bats. You put a young pitcher in these situations, 2 outs, got an opportunity to get out of this inning with a man in scoring position. Got to make your pitch here.
Fouled away. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. We're in the third. Nothing. Each team with 2 hits. Pitch upstairs. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. Stewart down on strikes. No runs a hit. One man left. We go to the bottom of the third. Nothing. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. By Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. And by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. Some of the Yankees whose sons played in the big leagues. Your dad didn't play in the big leagues, but he really played a huge role in shaping you as a player.
Yeah, I mean, he was my little league coach. He was a minor league player and then lost his, went to the service like a lot of other guys did and, lost his little window of opportunity. But, you know what, I saw a sticker today that, about fathers and, we realize that you are your kids' heroes. And you really got to take that in. It's so true, if you're lucky enough to have a good father.
One and two. Grounded foul. Volpe in his last 7 games hitting well, 10 hits and 19 at bats. He's 3 for 6 in this series against the Reds. You like what you see of him since he's come up, right?
Volpe?
Yeah.
I really like the way he's staying through the ball at a level swing. You're seeing much more line drives. There was an at-bat the other day. I'm like, oh, no, here he's going again. He's starting to get that uppercut, but then he got rid of it. The next time up, hit another line drive. So he's staying through the ball a lot more, which is going to allow him to hit the ball all over the ballpark and hopefully continue this streak he's on and hitting for a much higher average.
Up to 267 on the season, a home run, 13 ribbies. Goes down to one knee and fouls it back. They are really making Burns work. 47 pitches as we start the third inning. And he checks a swing. And a walk for Volpe. That was an 8-pitch at bat. And now with his 6 stolen bases, he's a threat to go.
Man, I think it's a definite game plan. The Yankees coming into this series, we're going to try every chance we can. And other than the slide that took him off the base in Caballero, everybody has pretty much been safe.
Yep, 3 for 4 so far today. Very close to getting picked off. But Volpe dives to the outfield side of the bag and gets in ahead of the tag by Stewart.
Yeah, definitely. He and Caballero love to get that little jump going towards second base, but it makes it very difficult if you get caught in the air to get back to first base.
Burns, for a hard thrower, has a very quick move. Volpe a little bit closer to first base now. Now inching off, and he goes. He had that base stolen, but it was fouled off there by Rice.
It felt like 0-2 was a good time to run because a lot of times pitchers are going to throw off-speed stuff down and in, down and away, which is very difficult for a catcher to glove it and make a good throw.
He was leaning, just got in ahead of the tag, and Stewart points toward Francona, wants him to challenge. That little hop, Paul, it makes you susceptible to getting picked off.
I don't understand what.
Cincinnati's challenging to take call at first base.
Yeah, it looks like he's out. It's just too much movement to be able to change directions and get back to first base if he's got a good quick move. And I think Anthony Volpe is not happy with possibly blocking the base or something. Yeah, his foot there. So it's making Anthony Volpe go around his foot to the outside part of the bag, which you want to do, but you don't want to be blocked. You see, as he's diving, he has to get around that foot, which you're really not allowed to do.
And they just showed it on the center field board, and you can see Volpe is talking to the home plate umpire and said, well, look, there's no place for me to slide.
Aaron Boone's out there right now just getting ready. I think when they make this call to point out that Stewart is not allowed to really block the base without the ball.
Volpe's pointing to the replay, which is being shown on the board in center field, but the umpire is not taking it all in.
After review, the call's been overturned. The runner's out. Cincinnati retains.
Usually you don't see Volpe like that.
No, and his point is, I'm having to go around, and you want to go to the back of the base, don't get me wrong, but you want to be able to go straight to the back corner, where you watch that back corner is almost blocked, where he has to go to the back of the base like in the middle of the bag, and it just it takes too much time.
Foul back. Even at second, you have to give a player a place to slide. Still 0-2. Burns up the 52 pitches. High drive, right field. Martelli back. He's on the track. Looking up. See ya. A long home run for Rice. Yankees on the board. It's 1-0.
Well, Ben Rice, 22 on the year, catches up with a high fastball. You got to have your mechanics spot on to be hitting this ball out of the ballpark. 97, 98, up out of the strike zone. He just tomahawked it out of here.
1-0 Yanks. Here's Dominguez. Grounded to third. Suarez. We're out number 2.
Very hard to stay through that, but he did. He's on his back foot, but he has opened that hip, which allows it to travel a little bit. But that's not even a strike. Those blue bats got good sound. I've been noticing that today, huh?
There's a strike to Bellinger as the sun peeking through. So with 22 home runs, he's 6 behind Schwarber, who had 3 last night against the Mets.
I was flipping through the channels, and that game was on. I just happened to catch his last at bat, and then I saw Harper had the cycle. He had 3 home runs.
And the 3 home runs, like 450 and 460. There wasn't a cheapie in the bunch. Grounded softly up the middle, and it's booted by Arroyo, allowing Bellinger to reach. Arroyo had to go a long way. We'll see how they score.
Yeah, I think Steer actually caused him some issue here. This ball, and if you look at this cycle and that 3 home guy, you don't see that very often. What we saw last night.
One other time, Tony Lazzari and Lou Gehrig. Amazing. But Lou had 4 home runs that game. And that scored a hit for Bellinger. Here's Spencer Jones. Bellinger goes. Pitch is high. Throw to second. He's in there. Stolen base.
Now this is a point where it looks like the ball was there on time, and because it wasn't really a good swipe tag, Cody Bellinger might have got that back foot in there. Kind of a short hop, and then it was not quick to get the glove across.
And if he had kept the glove on,
again came off the base. If he would have kept his glove on him,
yep,
he would have been out.
Pitch was a ball. 1-0 count now on Jones. One and two. And the pitch. And Jones goes down on strikes. Now the Yankees get a run on 2 hits. The big hit, though, off the bat of that man. Ben Rice goes upstairs, hits it deep. His 22nd home run of the year, and a 1-0 Yankee lead. Well, this Father's Day, join Major League Baseball in the fight against prostate cancer by learning about prostate health and ways you can support. Visit MLBtogether.com/Father's Day to learn more. Yankees lead 1-0 as we go to the 4th inning. Nathaniel Lowe will lead off on the Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard. 1-0. On Lowe. Rodriguez making a spot start as the Yankees gave all of their starters an extra day. It's supposed to be cold today. He'll pitch tomorrow night against the Tigers. And it also gives a little intrigue as Cam Schlittler was supposed to start Wednesday. Now he'll start against the Red Sox in his home state of Massachusetts.
Well,
wasn't close on that 3-0.
Past starts against the Red Sox have been good.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Early in the game, with runners on, Rodriguez was able to get some ground balls. That's when you want to try to get that sinker in on the hands of a righty, or try to have him roll over or slider down and away.
Missed again, 5 in a row. There's a strike.
Yeah, it's a much better pitch selection in my mind, in my opinion. The cutter is a ball that can get hit in the air, where that sinker right there, you have such a tendency to beat it in the ground, and that's what you're looking for here.
Check the swing. Down the right field line and into the seats, foul.
Felt like a pitcher today, Michael. I'm looking at a slider away or a two-seamer in right here. Either one, I think you're going to get a ground ball or a strikeout.
All right.
Outside target. Let's go with the slider. Yeah, there we go.
Look at you. Look at you. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Carlos Lagrane. 4 games as a reliever, 15 strikeouts and 11 in the third. That's intriguing. Angel Chavihi. Last 3 games, 3 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts. And Yerry De Los Santos in June. He's been great, 7 games, and he's been dealing. And there's a strike. To make room for Rodriguez on the roster, they sent down Jake Bird after yesterday's game. And to make room for Wells, they sent down J.C. Escara.
I think the platoon of Wells, you got a right-handed now. So you're going to have 4 or 5 left-handed pitchers on this road trip.
Yeah.
So it just seems like it matches up a lot better.
That's why they kept Alex Sanchez. Two and one. Just clipped the outside corner. 2 and 2. Yankees lead 1-0 on the Rice home run, his 22nd of the year. Swing and a miss. Suarez down on strikes.
Again, if Rodriguez gets ahead in the count, I mean, he has a swing and a miss breaking ball, and you see it right there. Suarez has been struggling, get ahead, put him away.
4 strikeouts, 1 walk for Elmer Rodriguez. Here's Noelvi Marte. That one missed, but you can see Wells pointed at Rodriguez. That's a good pitch.
It's a good miss. I mean, you didn't miss up and away. You didn't miss. It was down and away. Only thing, you're not going to get hurt there.
Line into right field, it's a base hit. Jason Dominguez will get it in. So Marte with a single, Lowe moves to second.
A good piece of hitting there, a 2-seamer, but you'll see when 2-seamers are up in the strike zone, they lose their sink. And you see it just kind of goes sideways, which is much easier to hit the ball hard from a hitter's point of view.
Little conference on the mound between Wells and Rodriguez. Ben Rice joins as well.
Again, you're in a 1-0 game against a really solid pitcher on the other end. You got to realize these are huge situations in the game, and these are going to come down.
Well, Nick Lentz went to the pitcher's mound to break that up. Rodriguez pitching on 6 days rest. And he's at 65 pitches with 2 outs here in the 4th. Here's Tyler Stevenson against the Yankee rookie righty. Fouled away and out of play. The Reds score their runs usually via the home run. Since April 21st, they have 73 home runs, and 151 of their 321 runs have scored via the home run, 47%, which is 3rd in baseball. And they're built for that ballpark, which yields home runs. They're trying to tread water till Ellie De La Cruz comes back. Their far and away best player. And he could be back for that Milwaukee series.
Better check the pitching lineup. If the Miz is throwing game one, maybe you better take another one off.
They missed the Miz.
They missed the Miz.
They have Woodruff, Sproat, and Drowan. He's missing outside now on the count 3-1.
Yeah, he showed him a two-seamer in on his hands. The first pitch would have opened up that two-seamer away, but not able to hit the outside corner since.
Driven deep to left field. Going back, Caballero on the track. See ya. Into the bullpen. That's what they do. They hit home runs. A 3-run shot by Stevenson, and it's 3-1 Reds.
Well, Stevenson's 6th of the year, but he got into a hitter's count 401 feet. This fastball was not on either corner, just kind of belt high right down the middle. It kind of just leaks right back to the middle of the plate, right to where the barrel wants it.
So here is Arroyo. And a strike. Things going swimmingly until this inning. Leadoff walk, 2 strikeouts, and a single right, and a 3-run home run. Blackburn getting ready. Grounded first base. Rice Field steps on the bag, and that'll do it. But Reds 3 runs, 2 hits, the big blow. Stevenson's home run. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Well, tomorrow on Yes, the Yankees hit the road to kick off a 3-game set with the Detroit Tigers. Extended coverage starts at 4 with 2 full hours of pregame leading up to first pitch shortly after 6 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. So that game starting at an odd time, 6 o'clock, because there's a big Ford fireworks event that the Tigers want to get ahead of, so they're starting the game a little bit earlier. Yankees down by 2. Jazz Chisholm Jr. leads off. 1-0. AL Central, the Tigers have been a disappointment. 32-24, but they're 10-6 in June. And Paul, if they don't pick it up and soon, then Tarek Skubal's going to end up being traded.
Yeah, and he's pitching the series, right?
Yep, on Wednesday.
Yankees. I mean, obviously he's going to be a hot item on the trade rumor mill. Seems like every big name star that's on the trade rumor, you hear Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox. I mean, those are the big markets that supposedly have interest.
So as poor as they've done, though, that third wild card gives life to teams. They're only 5.5 games out of a wild card.
And you remember a couple years ago, they had one of the historic comeback. I mean, they were down, what, 10, 15 games and ended up making the playoffs. It's amazing to me that Skubal came back that quick. I mean, he had surgery. It's not like he had a strain of any kind.
Well, it's a new kind of microsurgery to remove the loose bodies in the elbow, so it's less invasive, and able to come back in about a month, which is amazing. Popped up behind the plate. Stevenson throws away the mask, but it's over the screen and seats. Our cameraman Jeremy got hit by that foul ball by Jazz, and Emmanuel's just happy it wasn't him.
A heat-seeking missile over there.
There's a base hit to right field. And in all likelihood, Jazz will be going. Makes a big turn, now heads back. Got to bring up Caballero. Let's check out one of today's player props, brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Plus 800 to hit one or more home runs. Chisholm leads the Yankees with 21 stolen bases, so he's a threat to go.
Well, it's not like they're wasting any time over there. I mean, they've been going on the first pitch. Jazz a lot of times seems to like to kind of feel out the pitcher's move. So later in the count. I always love hitting with a man on first base that ran a little, you know, you've got that hole over there if you get something to, you know, to punch over there. But always knew that Knobloch, Jeter, you know, if you want to go early in the count, I'll take a pitch. It's no problem that for strike one. But you get late in the count, then obviously you can't worry about whether he's running or not.
Snap throw. Diving back. Jazz. Coming into the game, the Yankees led the American League with 74 stolen bases, and they have 4 so far. Leaders brought to you by your Tri-State Buick dealers, and Jazz Chisholm is second or third in the American League. Bobby Witt Jr. is first. Chisholm's going. That's only second. Safe. Another stolen base. So the Yankees have 5 stolen bases in this game.
Well, Stevenson throw on the shortstop side of second base. So there's going to be no chance to get Jazz. It's a 22-1 a year, right?
Yep. And Bobby Witt Jr. leads with 28. He's on the IL.
I see somebody in the minor leagues had 8 stolen bases in a game.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it must have been a blowout to start with to have 8 at bats, but I think I read somebody had 8 stolen bases in one game.
He just could have had 4 bats and stolen 2 bases each time.
Forgot about that. Thanks for correcting.
You got it. So that ties the season high for the 3rd time. 5 stolen bases by the Yanks. Jazz Chisholm at second, nobody out. Yankees down by 2, 3-1, bottom of the 4th. Grounded to third, Suarez. 1 out.
Caballero put it in play, got around it and just kind of hooked it to Suarez. But now the stolen base of third base comes into play for Jazz. Trying to get in position where a sacrifice fly can bring you in.
McMahon grounded to first. That was in the 2nd. Skied the other way and out of play. 8 home runs for McMahon, 6 of them to left field. Letting the ball travel deep. Oh, 0-2. Burns came into the game with a 2.01 ERA with the home run by Rice. It's at 2.04. 8-1 record. Got 98 strikeouts in 84 innings pitched. Grounded foul. Just does not seem that intent on stealing third with a lefty up. Obviously, Stevenson has a clear throw to third. But you do gain an advantage, as Paul said. But with 2 strikes now, McMahon has to protect. And that one's tipped into the glove and taking off his Jazz. And he will go to third. Delayed steal.
Ran on a changeup, and we haven't seen many changeups today, but he got McMahon out in front. Yeah, that was a true delayed steal where there's like 3 hops, and that kind of puts you into position of right when the catcher is throwing the ball back to the pitcher. It's kind of a easy way of cheating and stealing a base.
6 stolen bases for the Yanks. And Wells takes a strike. Wells struck out in the 2nd inning. Tim Hill heating up. One and one.
Good time for Wells to kind of get a little attitude adjustment here. Huh? Big hit right here, kind of get you back on things from just coming back from the IL. Didn't quite work out.
Popped up on the left side. Suarez will make the play, and that'll do it. So the leadoff single and the 2 stolen bases by Jazz wasted. We go to the 5th. Time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. 109-50, ERA of 3.11.
Got it.
You do. I think I have it too. Let me write it down, see if we're on the same page. Yep, we both have it. It shouldn't be an 8. I think it's easier than an 8. Audi scoreboard, 3-1 Reds over the Yanks. Arroyo leads off and takes pitch outside, 1-0. One. Hey. 1-2. Our bug is a little off. It is 1-2, not 1-1. Now it's 2-2. Hill and Blackburn up for the Yanks. And the count 3-2. Undone. And a walk.
I think Aaron Boone's going to head out there. I think that he was going hitter to hitter. I don't think Rodriguez did anything today that didn't take a step back. He still looks like he is going to have great stuff, but he's just got to learn to command that 2-seamer a little bit more.
Well, with Blade coming up, they're going to call on Hill. That'll do it for Rodriguez. Stay where you are. Time for today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Max Fried expected to begin facing live hitters by the end of June or the start of July. He's been on the IL since May 16th with a left elbow bone bruise. Rotation will get only better when he returns. Tim Hill threw 5 pitches yesterday, coming in today. Here in the 5th inning with a runner on first base and nobody out. Yankees down 3-1. Rip foul. Check out the Yankees bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. The only one you can see them staying away from is Yarborough. Yankees one short in the bullpen because they sent down a reliever, Bird, to bring up the starter, Rodriguez.
That's another rocket down in the camera well. Emmanuel, keep your head down over there.
I'm doing okay. We got a souvenir before. Thankfully, everyone is unharmed, but I've learned you cannot keep your head down at any moment when you're in this position.
Be careful.
Yeah, it is scary times over here. We're getting a couple screamers. What was that, 105 off the bat?
Way inside. Runner goes, big jump. Throw to second. He came off the bag. Volpe held the tag. And Dunn is out.
Well, Volpe does what you're supposed to do, is hold the tag now. With the replay, you can see guys coming off the bag. But when are players going to get back to going in feet first and just hitting the bag and popping up? I mean, these head first slides continually. You see that the momentum just takes you off the bag. You know, as much as we go through analytics in baseball, Michael, they've done it. Tests. You don't get there any faster by going head first.
Why do you think they do it?
I don't know. I think Pete Rose started a trend, and it just looks cool or something. But a lot of people are more comfortable. I never was. But you got to put yourself in a position as a middle infielder. If a guy's coming in there head first, you got no fear. A guy coming in with the spikes up, I mean, you're afraid to get your glove down in there.
Right, Ty Cobb never slid head first.
I don't think he used that.
He sharpened the spikes and came in. There's Sal Stewart. He is a rookie, and he's had 2 games this year where he's had 6 RBIs, and the major league record is 3. Hal Trotsky did it in 1934 for Cleveland, Walt Dropo in 1950 for the Red Sox. That one's off the wall in right field. Dominguez gets the ball in quickly, so Stewart with a single. Stewart's a pretty confident guy, Paul. So he works out with Manny Machado in the offseason. And before he got to the big leagues, Machado said, you get to the big leagues, I'll get your Rolex. So they were playing the Padres and he hit a home run. As he's rounding 30 points to his wrist, time for the watch.
Yeah, when you're promised a Rolex, you don't forget about that stuff.
No, you don't forget that.
You know, Stewart hit that ball hard, but you've got to look at the routes that outfielders take on the ball. And Dominguez, again, we talk about it. It's kind of a work in progress in right field. It's just going to take time, reps, where you see the route of the ball and you cover it.
Chopped softly, charging is Jazz. And they just got low.
Now that's a much harder play than it looked. Jazz really got rid of that ball quick out of his glove. A big out for the Yankees.
We're halfway through. Yankees down by 2. It's time for the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
Well, kind of as advertised, a good slider, overpowering fastball. Chase Burns, and he's got a high arm angle right over the top, which also makes it difficult to pick up. But he's impressive.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Anthony Volpe fouls off the first pitch. 3rd time through, gets a little more difficult for him, and that's about to happen after Anthony. I got a stat that's going to knock your eyes out.
Knock my socks off?
That too.
No.
So Volpe starts the season coming back from surgery. He's down rehab. Then they keep him in the minor leagues. Finally gets called up. Do you know that his WAR is 1? And I bring that up because Kyle Tucker, who signed a $240 million contract with the Dodgers, his WAR is 1.
Wow.
And they just dropped him down to 7th, the Dodgers, in their order. Anthony Volpe strikes out there for out number 1.
And right over the top breaking ball. I mean, Burns has so much confidence. And why not? I mean, and I just think if you look at Rodriguez tonight, 80 pitches, 4 strikeouts. But if he would get back to just in the minor leagues, forcing him to use that two-seamer in and out, in and out, in and out, where he has complete control of it. He's got a great breaking ball if he sets it up with that good two-seamer. I saw a pitch in the middle of an inning where he threw a cutter. You don't need a third pitch. You have to command that two-seamer and your breaking ball before you start adding other things in. And he has great stuff, don't get me wrong, but I think you can learn from watching Burns how good you can be by just having command of 2 pitches.
Three out of Rice. Ball 4 or so. I don't know if he got scared off of Rice after that home run, but he walks him on 4 pitches. And Stevenson goes out to talk with his pitcher, and Jason Dominguez waiting at the plate. Dominguez continues to hit. Had a single in the first, then stole 2 bases, grounded out to third. Has the average up to 250. You know, it doesn't show in uniform, but if you see Jason walking around the clubhouse in a t-shirt, he's built like a running back. I mean, he is strong.
That's why I was, you know, first time I saw him, I was just blown away by his speed because, yeah, he does. He looks like a fullback, but with sprinter speed.
Switch hitter who's batting much better from the right side. Left side's always been no problem for him. And the left side's his unnatural side. He's a natural right-handed hitter. But when you're in the minors and all the injuries and the COVID lockdown, he never really got that many at-bats from the right side. There aren't that many left-handed pitchers. Oh, 2. So this season, he's been dominating from the right side. I mean, limited time with 20 at-bats, but OPS of 1. Oh, 2. That one through the legs of Stevenson all the way to the backstop as Rice will go to second.
Breaking ball in the dirt, and it just went right through the wickets. Must be a horrible feeling from a catcher when you don't know where the ball is and you're running around when guys are stealing bases.
Good take, but it's going to be challenged by Stevenson.
Pitcher's call the ball.
Catcher's challenge by T-Mobile. Take a look, see if Stevenson's right. Yeah, he is. And that's strike 3.
Call is overturned. Hitter is out.
Boy, that's close.
Well, that's a little odd when you go back to being a catcher. You just challenge to prove the umpire wrong, obviously, with a really close pitch.
Bellinger with a big cut.
Once in a while, you come from the on-deck circle looking for one pitch. Looks like he was sitting on that breaking ball because that's a big hack from Cody Bellinger.
Lefty Sam Mole is warming for the Reds in their bullpen. This spot in the order where the Yankees have 3 lefties in a row: Bellinger, Jones, and Chisholm. And he waved at that pitch, an odd at bat for Bellinger, and 3 strikeouts in the inning for Burns. Yankee strand 1, we go to the 6th.
Justin Shackle with your Audi update. Rays and Nationals, top of the 6th, 1 out. C.J. Abrams launching a changeup deep to right center field. It's a solo home run for Abrams, his 17th of the season. And the Nationals are currently up 3-2 at the end of 6. Rays have lost 6 of their last 8, Michael.
Well, like it, Justin, we go around the majors. Ohtani, solo home run in the first game back after the birth of his second child. Byron Buxton having himself a season red hot. Last 13 games, and Tarek Skubal has not been Tarek Skubal in the 2 starts off the IL. We'll see him on Wednesday. He's the probable starter against the Yankees. Paul Blackburn on for the Yankees. And a ball to Steer. Oh, a strike. Yankees in the middle of the stretch where they play 16 straight games, and next day off will be a week from tomorrow when they come back from a 4-game series in Boston. Soft ground ball. McMahon. 1 out here in the 6th. Here's Eugenio Suarez, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball to third. McMahon.
I was just thinking they better try somebody different, because McMahon's not the guy you want to try to wear out down there at third base. Some things you can teach, Michael, and some things you're just given. And great hands and the ability to field, you can work on and become better. But a lot of people could work the rest of their life and not have the hands that McMahon has.
Here's Noelvi Marte. Looped into shallow right center field. Coming on Dominguez, an easy 1-2-3 inning for Paul Blackburn. Take that. Well, it's time for a little segment that we call Power Cocktail. It's on Eugenio Suarez. As a teen in Venezuela, faced repeated rejections from scouts and was ready to study engineering before being signed at age 16. Venezuelan coffee connoisseur known for bringing high-quality beans with him on road trips. Expert soccer juggler who's been known to juggle a baseball with his feet, knees, and shoulders during downtime. Wow, man. How about that? Saw Eugenio. Well, the Yankees are done with Chase Burns as the Reds and Terry Francona go to the bullpen. First up, one of the 3 lefties in the bullpen, Sam Moll. Last 5 appearances have not been great for him. 6 runs. 34 years old, 7 big league season. He gets ground balls and limits hard contact. So they bring in the lefty Moll, and the Yankees send Schumann up to pinch hit for Spencer Jones.
Well, this is your opportunity. You get Burns out of the game, and now you've got into the early part of the bullpen here where the Yankees need to do some damage to get back into this game.
Lefty's hitting 183 against Moll, 229 for righties. He actually pitches better on the road, has a very high ERA at Great American Ballpark, 1.69 on the road. Schumann worked the 9th inning on the mound for the Yankees, didn't allow a run. Throwing pitches in the 40s. Schumann's on-base percentage this year is .417. And with him pitching yesterday, he now leads the major leagues in on-base percentage among players who've pitched. So he's .417. Ohtani is .460.
Went right above Ohtani.
Yep. Needs to get on here. Here's the 1-1. Two and 1. shallow right field. Marte will put it away. So the pitcher to Schumann will fly out to right. It'll be very interesting to see the Yankees outfield configuration in the 7th. I mean, will they put Dominguez in center and then Schumann in right? Remember, the DH today is Bellinger, so you don't want to lose the DH.
See, this is the hard decision, right? That's why we're up here just calling.
1-0 on Jazz. Singled and stole 2 bases in the 4th inning. Yankees have 6 on the game. So Mole has a thought process on what teams want pitchers. He said, in his opinion, teams value 3 things from pitchers. If you throw hard, if you have a swing and miss pitch, and if you have a weak contact pitch. Well, I don't have a swing and miss pitch. The cutter was a weak contact pitch. So I said, all right, I'm just going to throw cutters.
He's got an awkward delivery. Watch, he kind of drops down and just heaves it from the side, which is a slinging lefty, which makes it very difficult to pick up. You heard the numbers earlier Michael gave you, and it's all about his delivery. It's going to make it tough lefty on lefty.
Two on Jazz Chisholm. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, the rubber game of a 3-game set. Reds have not been playing great baseball after a tremendous start through April. Looking to come into Yankee Stadium and take 2 out of 3. Popped up. Stevenson shades his eyes and watches it settle into the seats. Swing and a miss. Yankee fans come out to Yankee Stadium on the 4th of July to celebrate the country's 250th birthday and get a special Yankees cap. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a red, white, blue Yankees cap courtesy of Baby Ruth. Tickets going fast, so get your tickets today at Yankees.com.
I can remember in 1976, the big bicentennial, Michael. How in the world, looking back, could that be 50 years ago? Are you kidding me?
Scary.
Wow. Young teenager running around just.
And it seemed like a bigger deal was made of the bicentennial than 250.
I remember how, I mean, there were all kinds of special fireworks going off, and there was this thing I remember you bought 7-Up cans, and they had these designs on it. And if you got all 50 states,
right,
and you designed them in the triangle like you were supposed to, it was Uncle Sam pointing at you. And I'll never forget that to this day.
Did the O'Neill boys get those 50 cans?
I don't know how they got them all, but yeah, we did.
Three 3-0, Maul to Caballero. What's going on there?
You're sneaking a few things into the dugout. That's how you get it. until you get it by the food police. You see Schlitter over his shoulder like, what do you got?
And now Schlitter's got it.
See, pitchers that aren't pitching have way too much time on their hands, huh?
The 3-0. I'd say a pitcher coming off a good start, best job you can have.
Yeah.
Pitcher coming off a bad start, it's rough.
Get to sit and dwell on it for a while, that's for sure.
Maul deals. Crowd of 46,046, fifth sellout of the year here at Yankee Stadium on a Father's Day in the Bronx. And the payoff. And Caballero works a walk. And they call McMahon back to the dugout. Let's see who they send up.
That'd be Rosario, right? And you just wonder if Terry Francona will go out and do the same, but it looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and go for a scouting report.
Tracy is the acting pitching coach. Derek Johnson, the pitching coach, away from the team on personal matters. So Rosario, close to a 300 hitter lifetime against lefties, will face Maul. Long set. 1-0. Caballero leads off first, held by Stewart. Keeping him close.
Yeah, this is a point in the game where if you're Caballero, you just got to realize, you know, one swing of the bat can tie this up. It's really not in the best interest of the Yankees to try to steal a base. You just cannot give away outs now.
Looped into shallow center field. That is going to fall in for base hit. Caballero will go to third. A pinch hit single for Rosario. And the Yankees have the tying runners on.
Yeah, I think they're going to take Wells and give Goldschmidt an opportunity here in a big situation. And the Reds don't have a right-hander up in the bullpen right now. So Goldschmidt looks like he's going to get an at-bat against a lefty, which he's been very good at this year.
I'm really surprised they don't have a righty up, because you're allowing Boone to go to his right-handers with impunity and not have to worry about being countered. Very odd. They have 5 righties in the bullpen.
Yeah, by Goldschmidt having a day off, I mean, this is the ideal situation. You know, kind of a game-changing at bat right here. Paul Goldschmidt, one of the better hitters against lefties in all of baseball.
Yankees 0 for the last 23 with the runners in scoring position going back to Friday's game. They're 0 for 8 today. And since the 9th inning on Friday, 0 for 23. And they're usually very good. This season, they're 9th in average with runners in scoring position and 4th in OPS. Big spot here for Goldschmidt. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it to right field. Marte is there, and that will do it. So now it is 0 for 24.
Problem with New York's too expensive.
On this Father's Day, join the Yes Network as we honor the bond of baseball that spans generations. And after Yankees coverage, get a special look at the father-son stories inside the Yankees organization with Father's Day across generations. Then don't miss 2 episodes of Home Plate New York featuring Omar Minaya and his son Justin, followed by Brian Cashman and his daughter Gracie. Tyler Stevenson leads off the 7th, gets a strike from Blackburn, who worked a 5-pitch 6th inning. So Caballero moves to center, and Schumann takes over and left with Rosario at 3rd. And Schumann gets tested right away. So here's Garrett Cole.
That looks like a cheese in the air right there, Michael.
He's feeding somebody behind him.
Had a good chance of hitting him. Oh, just missed that right ear.
So 6 pitches, 4 outs, and Aaron Boone will take the ball from Paul Blackburn. We'll go back to the bullpen, bring on Hedrick. 1 out here in the 7th. Yankees down by 2. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Ford stores, proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. So Brent Hedrick will take over. Last 14 appearances he's been dealing. In fact, he's been dealing the whole season. 1.78, more than a strikeout per inning. And he'll face the switch hitter Arroyo, and fouls it off. Arroyo had a big day yesterday. Came into the game hitting 190. But he had 4 hits and 5 at-bats. That'll make a young player feel a lot better.
Well, it makes it much easier to look at the scoreboard, Michael. When you're 190, you're afraid to peek up there. When you start inch up to 250 or something, then you start thinking, I can do something with this.
Those 4 hits got him 65 points. Came into the game hitting 255. He's 0 for 2 today. High fly ball. Dominguez.
The Reds look like they're one of those games where they had the big blow, the home run, and then all of a sudden they're just going to try to hold on. And other than the 1 pitch, the big 3-run homer, the Yankees have been shut down offensively, obviously because of Burns. But now in that bullpen, they've got 9 outs to try to turn this game around.
Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. Yankees have used their entire bench. No one left on the bench for Aaron Boone. Fly ball center field. Caballero in right center will put it away. And the Yankee bullpen works a 1-2-3 7th inning. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's the Reds 3 and the Yankees 1. But we're going to stay right here for the 7th inning stretch as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise? Remove your caps and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. The United States Army Sergeant Leo Casson from Brooklyn, who served in Vietnam and was awarded the Purple Heart. The Yankees say thank you, Leo, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the light with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
It's Justin and Todd with your Ford Studio update. And Todd, this Yankees offense having a tough time scoring right now. 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position today, 2 for 33 over the weekend.
When you get opportunities to put guys in scoring position and to score runs, you've got to find ways to do it. A big inning for Tyler Stevenson with a 3-run homer. Elmer Rodriguez, give him credit, he's pitched well, but the hitting has to get better and get more timely for sure.
See if the bats can rally against this Reds bullpen. We'll catch you on the postgame. Right now, let's go back to the Bronx with Michael and Paul.
All right, thanks, guys. 3-5-0 for the Reds, 1-6-1 for the Yankees. Burns 1-5. Rodriguez 1 for the Yankees. Burns 1-5. Rodriguez 1-4. Stevenson's 3-run home run, the difference in the game. Ben Rice, the only run for the Yankees, a solo home run in the third inning, is 22nd. Caleb Ferguson, the new pitcher, and he will deal to Anthony Volpe. Pitch is high.
Look, I don't know if you heard between innings, but I was up. Everybody was up singing the old John Denver "Take Me Home." It was loud today.
So they're waiting for some offense to get loud about.
I was just thinking we showed the the father and son duos from the Yankees, but all time Griffey's, Bonds, they got to be right.
You think?
Felipe Alou, Moises Alou.
The Yankees third base coach, Luis Rojas.
Yeah.
Felipe's son. 1-2. 2-2. Ferguson got 5 outs on Friday, worked around a Dominguez single in that game. Swing and a miss. That'll bring up Ben Rice. He had a home run in the third. We'll take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 105.1, travel 375 feet. Told you the Yankees 0 for their last 24 with runners in scoring position, so the runs they're scoring coming via the home run. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like there's trouble with the pitch gun. Pretty cool back at the uniform for Stevenson. Father's Day, a little barbecue.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever remember every single opportunity. You get a totally different uniform, equipment, everything now.
And in the front, they have a spatula. So do you man the grill, or you let somebody else do it?
Years ago I did. I got over it. My kids are old enough. I'd rather go to their house and have them cook a little bit. It's a little more relaxing.
And when you're grilling, you're not eating. So,
well, behind closed doors, if they don't watch me close, I might take a nibble or two.
Slow roller. Suarez charges, fires, not in time. An infield single for Rice.
Yes, Suarez had all kind of trouble once he caught this ball plenty of time, but he couldn't get it out of his glove and then didn't get a grip and threw kind of a lob over there to first base. Ben Rice hustling down the line, turned it into a single.
He didn't get a good grip, and then he kind of just like grenaded it over there.
Yeah, he did get the ball out of his glove, and then you're right, didn't have a grip on the ball, so you really can't get much on it.
So here's Dominguez batting from the right side. Got a hit against Ferguson on Friday. And a strike. Sellout crowd looking for something to cheer about. It is 3-1 Reds. Popped up behind the plate and out of play. Ground ball is short. There's one. On to first. Not in time. We saw that stat we had at the bottom of the screen. It's the fourth time that 3 Yankees have had 2 stolen bases in a game. And the first time since the dead ball era. The last time that was in 1911.
Along with those stolen bases, when you look back, you had the 2 leadoff runners. You had Volpe picked off, you had Caballero slide off the base. So as good as the running game has been, it also hurt him in a couple of opportunities early in the game.
You can see Bellinger's trying to tie the game. Two quickly on Bellinger. He's 1 for 2. Infield single. Stolen base. He has 2 stolen bases. And a strikeout. Kind of waved at a third strike last time. 1 swing away from tying the game. Grounded second base. Steele gets Bellinger. That'll do it. Yankees strand 1. We go to the 8th inning. Yankees are down by 2. Tonight, watch Major League Cricket on Yes as reigning champion MI New York takes on the Texas Super Kings. Catch bowlers, batsmen, and a sport that shares some of baseball's DNA tonight at 8:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. J.J. Bleday leads off the 8th inning. Hyundai scoreboard 3-1 Reds over the Yanks. Hedrick's still in there. They got the final 2 outs at the 7th. The Yankees scored 5 runs on Friday. Got great pitching in that one from Schlittler. They scored 2 runs yesterday, and now 1 run here today. Soft ground ball, Jazz Chisholm. One down.
You're talking about the lack of offense the last couple of days, Michael. It's amazing how it just kind of shuts the crowd down, too. I mean, everybody. I mean, we've had great crowds this whole homestand, and you had a sold-out crowd today, but you don't see the involvement of the fans until you see the Yankees, scoring some runs.
So Sanchez has a talk with Brett Hedrick. And now it's just a little bit of a stall to get Fernando Cruz ready. Hasn't signaled yet. But he's not going out there for UV rays. Now he does signal. So Cruz will come on to face Stewart. Yankees trailing 3-1 here in the 8th, 1 out. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet.
Jose Rio took us to the World Series and World Series MVP with the Reds. That guy was never an MVP, I'll tell you that.
No, 4-time world champion and a batting, 5-time world champion and a batting champion. One with the Yanks, one with the
I think I won the MVP at Brookhaven High School.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dominated?
I think so.
Fernando Cruz came to the Yankees from the Reds in a deal for Jose Trevino. He's on. Pitches high. Strikeouts in 32 innings. How about Stewart? He's a rookie, Paul, and he's the most aggressive player in the majors in challenging strike calls. He's done it 30 times. No one else has done it more than 22, and in those 30, he's won 20 of them.
That's pretty good. I guess you would, just like anything else in life, the better you are at it, the more you want to do it, right? So, if you have bad luck early, you probably just take it on the chin. If you have some good luck, then you feel like you know the strike zone a little bit better. Looking at those clips between innings, Mike, it just occurred to me, Deion Sanders, the Reds, the Yankees, only player ever playing a Super Bowl and a World Series. Pretty cool stuff. Huh?
Great stuff. Well, he's prime time.
Now he's a pretty good coach, huh?
With Colorado now. High fly ball, left field. Schumann went back, now comes in, still coming in, makes the play.
You can tell when a hitter misses a pitch he thinks he should have hit. Did you hear that? The big groan and grunt when he popped that ball up? That's like, man, I got the one I wanted and I just missed it.
Here's low. Foul ball. Low 0 for 2. Walk and a run scored. Top of the 8th inning, 3-1 Reds. One and one. 2-1. The splitter low. Too low. Two and two.
Fouling off those fastballs is not a good thing against Cruz, because sooner or later he's going to go back to that split finger, and if it's a good one, you're going to the dugout.
3-2 on low. Bottom of the eighth, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the Yankee order, as they're trying to make up a 2-1 deficit. Yankees about hit the Reds 7-5, but that big 3-run home run by Tyler Stevenson is the difference. Popped up. Rosario in foul territory makes the play, and that'll do. Yankees have retired 10 straight Reds, but they need some offense. Time for the Mercedes-Benz road ahead, and the Yankees hit the road after this game. They'll go to Detroit, 3-game series against the Tigers, and then 4 games at Fenway Park against the Red Sox. Back home the week after with 3 more games against the Tigers, Thursday off day, and then 3 against the Twins. Tony Santayan will take over. Some defensive changes as well for the Reds. Steer moves from second to first. Arroyo moves from short to second, and McCain comes in to play shortstop. Max Schumann will lead off against Santayan. There's the defense we're talking about. Santayan deals. Fans out in the bleachers trying to start the wave.
Wonder what's wrong with the baseball fans. They're soccer guys. They're ready to rock and roll up there.
Swing and a miss. Schumann down on strikes.
Well, the wave made it all the way around. The fans there from Norway in town for the World Cup, obviously.
Who's Jazz Chisholm? And Norway plays Senegal tomorrow at MetLife. Well, it's not supposed to be called MetLife. It's New York, New Jersey Stadium.
Oh, that's another change?
You can't, with FIFA, you cannot use another sponsor that is not involved with them. So the stadium in Philly is now Philadelphia Stadium. Ground ball first base. The Yankee bats have just been very silent in this game. 2 away here in the 8th.
Yeah, they had some opportunities with runners on first with nobody out, and both of them with Volpe and Caballero, and then you start to see the frustration, you know, that just everything was going well, and all of a sudden the last couple of days, boom, the offense is kind of sputtering. It happens. It's just the way the game goes.
Santana has taken the closer role for the Reds. 6 straight scoreless games. Emilio Pagan had 32 saves last year, but posted a 6.43 ERA this year before a left hamstring strain put him on the IL on May 5th. Here's Caballero, 1 for 2 with a walk, pitch outside. Stevenson tosses away the mask, and the Yankees go down quietly 1-2-3 against Santillan. We move to the 9th inning here in the Bronx. The Reds lead the Yankees 3-1. Time to name that Yankee. Here are the clues. Those are the numbers, and the answer is Don Gullett. Had great success with the Reds, signed a big free agent contract with the Yankees, then his arm just went south. He could really, really pitch. When he was healthy, he was about as good a left-hander as there was in the big leagues, but wasn't too healthy with the Yankees. He had his great years with the Reds.
He was quite an athlete. It was always told the story, because I've been in Cincinnati. He was a high school football player, scored 6 touchdowns. 6, there it is. 6 touchdowns in a game.
Wow. So 70 points in one football game, went for 11.
Oh, he had 11 touchdowns. Wow. Mixed up. That's even worse. 7. Was anybody playing defense there? 11 touchdowns.
So he signed that 6-year free agent contract with the Yankees. I think he ended up pitching just 2 years and then had that terrible rotator cuff injury. Camilo Doval comes on to try to get the 3 outs in the ninth. Up the middle. Chisholm. The ball goes under his glove and into center field. A base hit for Steer.
This.
And going to second is Steer, and he makes it. The ball gets away. Now he is going to go to third. Some sloppy baseball in the crowd letting the Yankees hear it.
Yeah, the ball was gloved by, knocked down a little bit by Jazz, and that's why it didn't get to the center fielder quick enough. But again, this ball has to just be played in the infield. But Steer, unbelievable, was going 2 all the way, never really even hesitated, just took off. And then with the errant throw, ends up at third base.
Well, that's a double and an E8. Yankees have to bring the infield in. Suarez fouls it off. You know what Pete Rose said about Don Gullett once? He's the only guy who can throw a baseball through a car wash and not get it wet.
I did hear that a long time ago.
So Steer's at third. 9th inning. Yankees down by 2. 1-1 on Suarez. And that one goes past Sanchez, but the runner stays put at third.
So hard as a runner at third base to get a read on this that, it's staying back, kind of came straight back. But last year's not going to take a chance.
Strike two.
Pitch is called a strike. Hitter is challenging.
Suarez going to challenge. And he's going to lose that challenge.
Call is confirmed. Cincinnati has one challenge remaining.
Three-two. Swing and a foul ball.
If you looked at it, Suarez's strikeout we saw it earlier in the game, kind of susceptible to the slow breaking ball, the slider off the plate. The only problem is the ball doesn't have that pitch. Everything he has is hard, the cutter and the sinker.
And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. Big strikeout for Doval.
Yeah, he did go to a slider and a good one in a 3-2 pitch. Definitely a strikeout pitch there.
Infield remains in. Steer at third. Marte at the plate. 101 miles an hour, misses the outside corner. Tough job for Sanchez the way Doval's stuff moves, and there's a runner at third. You got to keep it in front of you. Slider fouled off. Count 2-1. Driven to right field. On the run, Dominguez toward the wall in the corner. Can't make the play. Bounces into the seats for a double. Steer will score, and it's 4-1 Reds.
Well, Cincinnati has taken advantage of the opportunities in this series. The ball kind of going in. He went away from the slider and went back to a two-seamer. Was able to shoot it into right field. Dominguez just cannot make the play.
Well, the infield backs up with a runner at second now. Here's Stevenson, who had the big blow in the game. The 3-run home run in the 4th inning, which has held up to this point. One and 0. No, check that 2-0. 4-1 Reds. We're in the 9th inning. Beautiful Father's Day at Yankee Stadium. Sellout crowd, 6th of the year.
Everything's perfect and beautiful except for the scoreboard.
Yep. 102-mile-an-hour pitch past Stevenson. Now, there was a story in The Athletic where Jason Stark spoke to Nolan Ryan. And when they measured Nolan Ryan's fastball, they didn't have the technology they have now. It measured it about 100 miles an hour.
Right.
And Jason, in talking to people, said that fastball was essentially 108.
Yeah.
You buy that?
I do, because the old radar guns would pick up the baseball closer to home plate, and where I think the baseball is picked up right out of the hand now, so it's going to be faster right out of your hand. So I truly do believe that.
Grounded, third base. Rosario for the second out. David Cohn also says that the gun at the time really underestimated Gooden's fastball.
Yeah, there were a few guys that you hear the old cliche, you could hear the seams, and I swore when I faced Nolan Ryan, when I faced Doc Gooden up in the strike zone, it's almost like you could hear the buzzing of the seams. They were throwing so hard.
Jim Cott used to say that about Sandy Koufax. They warmed up side by side during the World Series game, and he heard the buzz of the curveball too. (4-1 Reds). One and 0. Arroyo's 0 for 3. Runner at second. 2 men out in the ninth. Hits are even at 7. 4-1 Reds lead. If you want to look ahead to the bottom of the ninth, it's the bottom of the order. Rosario, Sanchez, and Volpe. Yankees took their shot, Paul, and that was in the sixth inning when he set up Goldschmidt to hit for Wells, and he swung at the first pitch with runners on first and third and 2 outs, and he had a fly ball right. And in that inning, they used up everybody on their bench.
Well, that was the opportunity. I mean, you got Goldschmidt against a lefty. I mean, he's been so good. I mean, you know how hard pinch hitting he is to start with, but that was the right move. It just didn't work out.
Three and 1 on Arroyo.
102. I mean, he's 100 plus in regularity. It's amazing to me. We go over time and time again how he gets hit.
Well, there's obviously a reason, though, because his stuff would indicate he shouldn't get hit. Yeah. As Arroyo works a walk. When he came in to face Benintendi, and I mean, it just turned it around. A ground slam and an eye blink.
First pitch too. You know, you got to know location too. I don't care how hard you throw. That was an inside pitch, and Benintendi, we had talked about it. It kind of switched his style of hitting to open up and hit the inside pitch. So you know, you got to pitch to also what batters are looking for and what they're trying to do.
Well, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus, I'll look ahead to the series with the Tigers. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. That'll bring up Blake Dunn with runners on first and second. 2 men out, 1 run already in. Yankees start a series against Detroit. Detroit beat the White Sox today. They swept Chicago in that series, so they are 11-6 this month. And this is the pitching matchup tomorrow. Framber Valdez against Garrett Cole. Our coverage begins at 4. First pitch right around 6:05. 1-1. Fouled straight back. 1-2. Rodriguez started, then Tim Hill, Blackburn, Hedrick, Cruz, and now Doval. Marte off second. Arroyo is off first. Guide the other way, and that'll be out of play. Tampa Bay beat Washington 4-3. The Yankees don't come back. The Rays can gain a game. Swing and a miss on the slider. But one big run. 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Well, congratulations to Paul Goldschmidt on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. He had 261 in 5 games, 3 home runs, 6 ribbies, and OPS of 913. Yankees will try to rally here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It was a sellout crowd on this Father's Day. They have not had much to cheer about offensively. They've left 8 runners on base. They have not gotten a hit with runners in scoring position.
Rosario, number 14.
So Rosario will start it off as Santillan, who got the final, or the 3 outs in the 8th, trying to get the final 3 outs in the 9th. Check swing, fouled away. Burns started. Maul, Ferguson, and Santillan. We're going to ask Santillan to get a 2-inning save. Oh, 2. Rosario, Sanchez, and Volpe. 7, 8, 9 in the Yankees order. One and 2. The Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the White Sox. And if they don't rally, they'll lose 2 out of 3 to the Reds. So a 3-3 homestand. Into center field. Dunn makes the play. 1 out here in the 9th.
It's kind of the way that today has been. It's just like they can really never get something really going. And the one opportunity we talked about, but other than that, offense just struggling today.
Here's Sanchez. Took over behind the plate after Goldschmidt hit for Wells. Wells was 0 for 2 in his return back to the lineup. High fly ball, shallow center. Dunn puts it away. The Yankees are down to their final out. The 7 series before this one, the Yankees have been making it happen. 5-1-1. So they're in danger of losing the series right here. 1 away from that as Volpe comes up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Anthony has walked and struck out twice. One and 0. Yankees need base runners to get to the top of the order. Some of the mashers that could do some damage here. 1-0 count on Volpe. Lined into center field, and that will do it as Dunn makes the play, records all 3 putouts, and the Reds beat the Yankees 4-1. They take 2 out of 3, and on this Father's Day, Paul, a lackluster offensive performance by the Yanks.
Yeah, Chase Burns has a lot to do with that. The Cincinnati starter, really good stuff, but it's just one of those things. You never really got anything going. You know, once you win the first game of this series, you didn't think that you were going to lose the last 2 to the Cincinnati Reds. But that's the way this thing goes. Go on the road, try to turn it around again.
We'll come back. Awards post-game after that. Well, it's time for the game-changing drive of the game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Well, Tyler Stevenson, only 5 home runs coming into the game, and he hit a big one here, a 3-run homer. Kind of shocked the Yankees, and they never could recover.
That was a game changer. Now we check in on the Chevy player of the game.
Well, this guy we knew could play, and Chase Burns, he's one of the better pitchers in the league. 5 innings, 1 run, 7 strikeouts against the Yankees today.
Well, the Yankees lose this one 4-1. They lose the series to the Reds 2-1. 4-7-0, beating 1-7-2. Took 2 hours and 56 minutes. Burns' 9th win. Sante on his 5th save. Elmer Rodriguez goes to 0-2. Ben Rice had a good day. Yankees 3-3 on this homestand. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Justin Shackle and Todd Frazier. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network, Mr. Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow as they open a 3-game series at Comerica Park against the Tigers. Coverage will begin at 4 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 6. Once again, the final score, the Reds 4, the Yankees 1. For Paul O'Neill and Emmanuel Barbari, and I'm Michael Kay saying see ya, Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Now let's go to Justin Shackle and Todd Frazier, standing by in our Yes Network studios with the post-game show. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Guys, take it from here.